Welcome to round 10 of my career mode and welcome to the Sachsenring. But first, let's recap from Assen. Last time out, we did celebrate my brand new livery, and that was, of course, a celebration of 5 years of collaboration with Sergio 23, the mod designer. Now, the sprint was very interesting, as a matter of fact, because it rained towards the end and we took the gamble to stay out and win on slick tyres in the wet conditions. I highly recommend you check out that video. It was absolutely fantastic. But the race got a little bit more interesting as well because I decided to pit early, which I never do. And pitting early proved to be a mistake. It put me way further down the order and I had to take at least 8 laps or so to catch up to an Air Bastianini to finally take the victory in Assen. We celebrated with a victory for the new livery. We go back to the livery today and we also have a 120 plus championship lead. Get ready to fight in the Sachsenring. So here we are in the Sachsenring. Let's see what we can do from last place of the grid. We didn't have a great race here last season with the Honda, so I'm hoping this time it can be different with the Yamaha. But starting with the back of the grid here in this track is a bit of a catastrophe because, as you can see, 21 riders all in turn 1, all of us trying to get through. Argy-bargy will be ensued. Oh, I'm desperate. I'm hitting the acceleration, I'm hitting the brake, I'm trying everything I can to not bump into the other riders because I guarantee it will be me who comes away with some sort of track warning or incident warning, should I say. Whoa! Was that Pedro Acosta on the left-hand side of the OLED ultra-wide losing the front temporarily? Oh, and then he caught the curb as well. That's him done to try and fight for the point-paying position. So, Johan Zarco ahead of us, Brad Binder. And that's one of the KTMs, I think it's Joan Mir. Of course, rider transfers are a thing this season, so you're going to see riders on different bikes and different teams. Try and get on the power now. It's difficult to not run it too wide there and run off the circuit. Oh, caught on the curb. That is the iconic Saxon curve, of course. And then we go into the Queckenberg for the final corner. Now, there's one weakness of mine, and that is this final corner. I can never seem to get it right. A little bit too tentative, that way you lose momentum and then you just can't really quite get the power on. So follow it up with it. Oh, what's a late lunge that on Johan Zarco, but it's worked quite cleanly actually, only a smallest amount of contact as we ran it wide. Now on that right hand side of the tyre once again. There's only 3 right-handers compared to the 9 left-handers here. Or is it? Yeah, I think that's right. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, I almost lost the front. It was 4 right-handers. Sorry. Whoa, I almost lost the front. I actually pushed the left analog stick there completely to the opposite direction and towards Brad Binder there. Wow, I thought that was it for sure. Would have been a very short sprint race here in Germany. As Marquez is out, the king of Sachsenring is no longer in contention. I don't know where he was actually because he hasn't given us any extra positions. And that's a lovely move on Joan Mir. Classic though. Even though the AI knows that you're coming through, they still turn in on you. But oh well, we're still going. And I tell you what, I fear the worst here. A 3.3 second gap it is to Digi Antonio. And our lap time was 0.4 of a second slower than Jorge Martin. Considering I've got, what, 6 laps to go, I do not think I will be in the podium positions here today. One of the Repsol Hondas is up there to 4th. Is that Marco Bezzecchi? I think it is. Yeah, I think I can see Dionysi on his leathers. And then the 3 ahead are your factory Ducatis. Pramac in 2nd and then Pramac in 5th as well. So it's a good day for the Ducati squad, only separated by the Repsol Honda of Marco Bezzecchi. What a performance from Marco. He actually outclassed me here last season as well when we were teammates. I could not get to grips with the Sachsenring. It just doesn't suit me. It does in some aspects, you know, the smooth nature of it, but it comes down to the braking, that those straight line braking zones where you can just go really hard on the brake, lots of rear brake, get the bike stopped and then turn in. Not really that kind of track. Got to keep a nice flowing circuit. So Renea Bastianini is 1 second ahead of us now. Are we able to catch up to the Trackhouse Aprilia man? I do hope we can. On that penalty for Alex Rins somewhere. I've seen the number above our on the start finish straight. Oh, Bezzecchi's gone wide. It is Marco Bezzecchi. You can quite clearly see it there. Mbez 72. So the position has been given to Maverick. What's he got for the podium? Of course, in 4th place we are the bridesmaids podium positions, I guess. Well, I can say we're significantly better than we were last season. Oh, massive stutter there. Are we going to get a change of weather condition? Usually when you get some sort of moments like that, it's usually because there's a change in the weather. But I don't recall having an option to change anything on my second bike, so I should imagine it'll stay like this. Unless it's going to go a bit darker or a bit brighter. One thing I am noticing now with this Yamaha, since we upgraded it, which unfortunately the game did itself, it upgraded the engine power, and I've noticed the rear tyre is now beginning to slip and slide even more than what it was already. And a prime example was the Ralph Waldron curve going down the waterfall towards the Saxon curve. I'm getting a lot of rear tyre spin. I have to be careful with that. We are into the 118s again, but yeah, it's not a good lap time, is it? And I think the streak's going to end today. Albeit the race victory, but I think even the podium streak ends too. Not too worried about the sprints. I only really had a podium streak going in the sprints. But at the moment, it looks like we're only going to pull away with, what, 3 points? Oof. Not great, but we are 100 plus points ahead of Jorge Martin. So we're really not losing all that much. Well, I think 4th might be out of reach here. Oh, Binder's gone down behind us. And Joan Mir as well. Oh, really tight to the curb there. So take a look at the rear tyre here. I was a little bit extra. I was a little bit extra careful that time around, but I've run it off the circuit, and that is my first track limit warning. Back onto the left-hand side. Oh, Joan Mir has been given a long lap penalty, so I think he might have had something to do with the Brad Binder crash. Oh, and there's Bezzecchi. He's just lost the front. I think he did that last season as well. The exact same thing. You do see it quite frequent in this game. As we lean on the right-hand side, knee down to the right-hand side there. Oh, a little plug for knee down. We're still right on it. Can I get through on Bastianini here? Oh, yeah, a moment. Nice. That's a nice clean overtake into the Castrol Omega corner. What have we got for Maverick? If only we get some sort of collision or something ahead that gets us back into the podium. But what I will say is I hope this has been more interesting for you guys watching. I've had a lot of comments recently about trying to make it a little bit more challenging for me. So I hope this is satiating your appetite of content here today. And of course, probably the time I upload this will be by the time the Austrian Grand Prix is finished as well. So that was another double part of excitement there from Kota to my video now. Oh, we're losing a bit of grip there onto that left-hand side. Now with clear space, are we actually catching up? I need to pay attention to the gaps here, because I'm not entirely sure what the gap was to Maverick when I got through at Anea. So lay it onto the brakes. A bit wide, but it should be okay as we then fire back onto the power. Gap is 1.4. You know what? I don't think we will. I think Maverick is just a little bit too out of reach for me. Do I have anything left in the tank? Can we produce something? 1.6 is the gap, maybe not. We might have to accept fate here. A 5th place is the best that we can conjure up today. Disappointed. I am disappointed, you know. I knew it was going to be tough, but now I'm regretting starting from the back of the grid. I think we might have been able to be in a good fight at the front. And I think a fight for the victory is more important than fighting for, well, for nothing. I just don't think we want to see me just disappear to the distance, winning races like Jorge Lorenzo back in 2012 or Marquez in 2019. So yeah, probably should have gone for the qualifying this time around, but we've been completely skipped. So we are going to start both races from the last place in the grid. Yeah, and that confirms it. 2 seconds behind Maverick. And the worst part about that is that my lap times have actually been quite consistent in the high 118s. Just simply cannot get it done against 120% AI here today. That corner looked a lot worse than it felt. I was actually quite in control there, but now, when I noticed then that the bike looked like it was crashing a little bit. Only just caught briefly end of that. Difficult corner, this left-hander. Kind of got to hit that curb as well. And run it onto this one here to the left-hander. Keep it in tight. Beautifully done. And swing it across. So it's going to be Digi Antonio then, who's going to win this one from ahead of Jorge Martin. And third, Alicia Spargo. I mean, who the hell thought that was going to be a podium? Guess it had to be someone if we weren't up there, but there you go. Digio will cross the line now. Martin said, oh, there's Bastianini, I better hurry up. Don't worry about what's going on ahead of us, worry what's happening behind. Well, 5th place in the sprint, not too bad, but not great either, so I'm keen to crack on now with the Grand Prix. Back to business then, ladies and gentlemen. Wait for the red lights to disappear, and I'm going to absolutely send this. This might get messy. Just be warned, I'm going to the right-hand side. What can we do? Can we sneak through? Oh, I just bumped the back of Iagor. Apologies. I will be given a incident warning for that, which is fair. But no one crashed. That's really tight. I'm going to lose the front here. Oh, wow, we got through. I'm up to 5th. We've got a race on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. There's the incident warning. I'll take it. That's fine by me. So now it's back to business. Can we keep the win streak alive? If not the win streak, can we keep the podium streak alive? There's Binder, desperate to get through on Brad. I have to just force it in a second. Oh, wait. Ryan. Oh, no, I didn't need it. I actually ran a little bit wide there and hit him. Sorry, Brad, but I am on an absolute mission. So give me the incident warning if you want. I need to catch up to Martin. Oh, there's right on cue there, right? The rear tyre spinning up quite dramatically. A bit wide there for the Queckenberg, but... oh, the bike's shaking, isn't it? Shattering coming out of that final corner. Right at the end of that pit lane. Brake as late as we possibly dare. Sneak on through into Spargo. He left the door open. We're through, excuse me, sorry. A little bit of a tickle in my throat. We are through and we're up to 3rd place. We're in the podium hunt. Can we get through and Digi cleanly? Oh, left-hand side. Yes. A little bit aggressive, but we're through. And that is what you've got to do to try and catch up when you're starting from the last place of the grid. Gave it everything I could there to try and catch to Martina. The gap is at 1 second. I need a bit of slipstream or something just to try and keep me in close. Just cannot afford to let that gap grow. Now onto that very long right-hander there. Hard onto the brakes, onto the anchors, into the Saxon curve. This is where I feel like I lose a lot of time now. Gap is 1.2. Hard onto the brakes, into the final corner. Gap as we get on the power is 1.2.5, so not that bad. But I'm a tenth slower than Martin. Gotta try and catch it all up now on the brakes. This is what happened to Maverick earlier though. He was 1.2, 1.3. Next thing you know, it exploded to 2 seconds. Got to be absolutely perfect here. That's good. Through the Omega corner, good. Gap has come down. Oh, that's never a track limit warning, come on. I mean, really? What advantage were I really gaining there? Rules are rules, I guess. Gap is still 1 second, but the problem I'm having now is I'm on the absolute ragged edge to try and catch up to Martin here. This has got an air of Jerez sprint about it. No. Gap is 1.1. Nice and calm into the Saxon curve, back onto the power. Martin a little look behind him there. Have I broken him yet? Not yet, but I think it's soon. Oh, a slight wheelie there, uncharacteristic from the Yamaha. And the gap has just reached 1.3. Pull it all back on the brakes though. We're good through the twisty parts. Just get me within a second. Come on. Get within a second, I'll get that momentum. Cannot afford to have that second of disadvantage to him. I feel like we're just matching pace here. 1.1 is the gap. Left-hander for the long time. Get ready for the brakes into Liqui Moly's bridge there. 1.1, it's still the same. Martin, just have a moment of something, please. I can't keep up this pace forever. Oh, that's another warning. That's fair. Quite clear. If you get on the green there, it's a warning. Ah, come on. Gap is 1.1. I need something, just a boost. A little bit of slipstream, just anything extra. I'm on my best lap there. I was only 21,000 per second behind Martin's fast lap from earlier. We might see this with under 1 second here. Just keep chipping away. I can't help to look in the top left hand corner of the screen at the gap, but I really need to focus here. Slight wheelie again. It makes for great pictures. Make great camera work for that segment. 0.2. It's just not budging. This is what Alex Marquez must feel like when he's behind Mark. Oh no, we lost a bit of time there. I cannot afford to lose a smidge. I am absolutely pushing. 1.4, this is my worst lap yet. I don't want to yield, I do not want to concede. Oh, but it's gone up to 1.6 briefly. That little twist on the throttle there just might have ruined it. Oh, really tight to the apex. Amazingly, I thought that was a good line there, but it was actually terrible. 1.6. I need fastest lap time after fastest lap time to catch him now. 1.7, and that was even in the hard braking zone that I'm pretty good at. I think our chances of victory is coming to an end. 7 Grand Prix wins in a row it was when we went to Assen. We celebrated with the Barry Sheen livery. Unfortunately today, returning back to the original Yamaha livery, made courtesy by Sergio 23. I feel that it's over. Oh, it's definitely over now. I'm off the track. And that's a 4th warning. We're not worrying now about Martin. We're worried about track limit warnings. Wow. 5 laps of determination and Martin's done it. He really put the hammer down there. What I am surprised with is that Di Gianantonio and Aleix Espargaro, they're 3 seconds behind me. So I am absolutely on the limit to catch up to Martin, and no one else is. We've got one rider in the 120% difficulty that is just significantly stronger than the rest of the field. We've seen this a lot last season with Bagnaia, just unbeatable. You cannot touch him. And then here, this is exactly what Martin's doing right now. 2.5 seconds slower. We are, excuse me, 0.2 of a second slower for ourselves on this lap already. Meaning we're not going to catch up anytime soon, I'm afraid. Oh. Well, we're definitely not catching up to Martin now. Right, I think we do this the first. I think we do it our first available opportunity. Gap is 3 seconds to Digia. We're going to lose probably around 2 seconds in that turn 1 long lap penalty. Oh, it's going to get worse here. Look at that. It's another track limit warning. I mean, major difficulties just pulling in on that corner there. And yet, astonishingly, the lap time isn't all that bad. It's still relatively high, 1:18. Oh no, in fact, no, it's gone worse now. It's going to be a 1:19.2. Oh, identical lap time in the previous lap. Right then, long lap penalty time. I think we've nailed it. Oh, we've absolutely nailed that. Yes. Good. That was really strong. If you're going to have a long lap penalty, that's where you want it. There's a couple of spaces and a couple of places in the game or in the tracks you want to do a long lap penalty. One of them is certainly here. The loop is not too bad in Silverstone because you had a really nice drive. I would say Correntire was obviously the easy one from Mugello. Portimao isn't too bad. It looks bad, but it's actually not that bad because you get a nice momentum. And the last one probably being Mandalika. That one is so easy to do. That's probably... Oh, it's a good job it bounced me back onto the track there, but it doesn't matter, I've still got a track limit warning anyway. Oh, we didn't. We'll have to be careful. We're doing a second long lap penalty if I'm not too... if I'm getting a bit too risky. Keeping it nice and tight. Gap is 5 seconds to Martin. I'm a little bit embarrassed to be behind by so much. I mean, this is not really affecting our championship challenge. We are pretty much secure in that department. But still, Martin with a bit of a gut punch here in Sachsenring. I mean, we did start at the back of the grid. I've probably got to really put this into perspective now. We did start at the back of the grid, had to get through in everyone, which we were quite aggressive, I do admit, but I had to be, because even with all that, we still couldn't catch up to Martin. Now, if I'd done all that and we were leading in turn 1, then you might think, well, we didn't need to do that. Well, I'm telling you, I knew we had to do something to try and catch up to Martin, and it wasn't even good enough. I think what I just needed a bit more consistency. Be able to stay in that lower echelon of the 118s, because it does seem once we lost that comfortable pushing at the low 118s, we couldn't retain it. We could not get back into it, and I haven't been able to return into the low 118s since. I mean, 2 lap times there, all 3 of those actually, all very close to 119 flat, excluding lap 8 because we did the long lap penalty. But this one, I imagine, is going to be another high 118. Look at the bike shaking out the last corner there. It is. It's not an 18 high, but it's a 119 low, which is pretty much close enough it can be. I think that's it. I don't think I've got anything else to do for this one now. It's just keep on pushing. Just keep those teeth gritted and finish it out. See it to the end. A second place in the Sachsenring is nothing to scoff at. I didn't even finish in the points last season. Big difference with the YZR-M1 Yamaha. Ooh, I almost ended it the same way there. Touching that curb too tight does cause a bit of a wobble. The gap from Digia, even though we did the low lap penalty, it's still stabilised around 2 seconds and above, and now it's slowly increasing. So we'll share the podium with the Ducatis again. But ultimately, I've done the business for Yamaha. Because after all, we're still actually fighting here for the Teams Championship and Constructors Championship too. So these are all important points. I don't think I'll be able to finish this season, but I'm hoping to at least win the championship before we move on to MotoGP 25. Oh, I made a right dog's dinner of that final corner. Oh, heck. That was a bit scary, but nonetheless, we're back into the 118s. I don't know when this occurred, but Jorge Martin has had a 118.2. I don't know when he pulled that lap time out of the bag, but he's gone quicker at some point. So as if leading the race by 6 seconds wasn't enough, he decided to double down and do a nice big chunky lap time there. Impressive stuff from the Martinator. I wonder if he has anything left for this World Championship. Last season, it all started to go downhill after Sachsenring. We were up by 50 points in Mugello. Had a bit of a problem in the Sachsenring. Had a problem in Silverstone where I crashed out. Couldn't beat the Ducatis in the Red Bull Ring. And then even struggled in Misano a little bit. So all of it just came to a flip. And we then trailed Pecco by about 50 points. And then thankfully we kept on fighting and we finally won the championship in an epic, epic battle. This time, Martin's got 100 points to catch back on. I'm not quite sure he can do that. He is a real-life MotoGP World Champion, but for goodness sake, 100 points behind? A little bit too much to ask, I would assume. So back into the long 119s then, low 119 should I say. Not enough to challenge. And you know what? The tyres are actually getting a little bit worn here on that left-hand side. Might have to be careful of that towards the end. I don't think they'll fall off a cliff, but it's worth noting that in some of these left-handers I need to be a little bit more careful on that front brake. Might start to see some wheel spin as well. But nonetheless, I hope you guys have enjoyed the challenge of today's video. Of course, let me know in the comment section what you prefer. If you prefer me starting from the back of the grid, or maybe if you prefer I did the qualifying anyway, just let me know. I'm always keen to hear your thoughts. And big shout out and a big thank you actually to the DrAce pit crew, our channel members. If you want to be a channel member, you can hit the join button in the description or somewhere on the channel, and that gives you access to a few extra perks of the DrAce YouTube channel. So check it out if you haven't done so already. But nonetheless, we are now on lap 12, in corner 12. We'll be doing that 3 more times after this one. So Martin has secured the big one. But my lap times are still very consistent. I have really met my match here in Germany. And there's not a jot I can do about it. Nice and tight to the apex there for turn 2, and then we go into the wonderful Castrol corner. What on earth is that corner? I made a right mess of that one. I actually find this sort of experience difficult. Being on your own, trying to concentrate, trying to chat, trying to keep it exciting, is the most difficult part about the racing. It's easy just to start loosening up a little bit, getting a bit too relaxed, and also sometimes overthinking too much things. So I just got to rein it in a little bit here, just reel it in, calm down a bit, and maybe, if anything, start pushing a little bit more. That'll actually get me back into the groove. I think, oh, yep, no, we're alright. I thought I was going to get another warning then. All good, all good. Back into the Saxon curve again. Onto the brakes, keep it in tight. But see, I cannot seem to fathom out that corner. Be curious to know how much time we're losing compared to Martin. But I should imagine it's quite a chunk. Judging by the graphic, it doesn't seem to change all that much, but I think it's the momentum that then carries you towards turn 1. I think there's more to it than just me getting it wrong in that corner. I can hear another bike around me here in my headphones, but from where? It might be as we pull back on towards the other bikes as they go into the Castrol Omega corner. That's probably where it's coming from. For the last bit then. We are 0.3 of a second down. It's not a bad lap time actually. Might get back into the 118s. For the latter stage of this video. Small wheelie there, mid-corner. Nice. Really tight to the apex there. Back to the right-hand side. Good. It's beginning to feel a bit better, actually. You know what? Since the tyres have started to loosen up, I actually feel a bit more comfortable. I feel like I've got a bit more extra feeling. Oh, Binder's gone. He was running in 5th place before then. Across the line. 19.1. It's actually one of my slower laps. But judging that consistency there, yeah, I've maxed out at what I can. 19.1, 19, 19, 19, and 1:18.9. Nothing else I could have done today. Oh, I've actually found time here in Sector 2. At this stage of the race, I actually found my best sector then. Don't know how, but it's materialised that way. And I'd like to sit here and tell you that the longer this race has gone on, the better I've become. And the chances are that I could catch him if I had more laps, but I'd be lying. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. You'd see straight through it anyway. Martin's 8 seconds ahead up the road. He's already in the Saxon curve. I've not even done the Ralph Waldron turn. Unbelievable. What a victory. Unless he wants to gift it to me at the end here. Go on, Martin. No, he's already passed it. I can't even see him on the track. But I can see him on the map. He's crossed the line now. He has taken victory here today in the Sachsenring. And we finish in 2nd. A little bit disappointed. So there's your results on screen then, guys. I hope you enjoyed that race today. If you did, let me know in the comments section down below. But before we do say our goodbyes, let's have a little look at the championship standings. And yes, we are 113 points clear from Jorge Martin. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the channel membership, and I'll see you in the next video.
Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.